In 2021, a cryptocurrency called Squid Game token launched. Named after the viral Netflix show. Within days it went from fractions of a cent to over $2,800 per token. Investors poured in millions. Forums exploded. Headlines ran globally. Then, in under 5 minutes, the founders withdrew every dollar of liquidity. The token dropped to zero. Investors lost an estimated $3.3 million. The developers disappeared completely. No arrests. No recovery. No recourse. This wasn't an isolated incident. It wasn't even unusual. It was Tuesday in the crypto market. And the people who lost money weren't stupid. They were psychologically targeted. With precision. This video is about the specific psychological mechanisms that make crypto one of the most effective mass manipulation environments ever constructed. Not because blockchain technology is inherently fraudulent, but because the ecosystem around it has been deliberately engineered to exploit every cognitive bias, emotional trigger, and social dynamic that makes human beings vulnerable. Fear of missing out, tribal identity, authority bias, manufactured scarcity. Every trick in this video has appeared in previous Psycho Veil episodes. In crypto, they don't appear one at a time. They run simultaneously, at industrial scale, against millions of people, every single day. First, understand why crypto is uniquely fertile ground for manipulation. 3 structural features make it unlike any previous financial market. 1. Zero regulation in most jurisdictions at the retail level. 2. Extreme price volatility that makes extraordinary gains genuinely possible, which means extraordinary claims are harder to dismiss. 3. A built-in ideological framework, decentralization, freedom from banks, financial revolution, that gives participation an identity dimension beyond profit. That third feature is the most dangerous. When an investment becomes part of your identity, when believing in it means belonging to a movement, skepticism stops feeling like due diligence. It starts feeling like betrayal. That psychological shift is not accidental. It is engineered. The first tactic, manufactured scarcity and FOMO. Fear of missing out is not a personality quirk. It's a documented neurological response tied to loss aversion. Daniel Kahneman's research established that losses feel roughly twice as painful as equivalent gains feel good. The crypto marketing machine exploits this asymmetry relentlessly. Only 21 million Bitcoin will ever exist. This pre-sale closes in 48 hours. Early adopters already made 10,000%. Every one of these messages is engineered to activate the same amygdala response as the scarcity bias we covered in episode 2. Your rational prefrontal cortex evaluates risk. Your emotional brain calculates what you'll lose if you don't act. The emotional brain wins. Almost every time. The artificial scarcity doesn't need to be real. It just needs to feel urgent. Tactic 2. Industrialized social proof. In traditional markets, word of mouth operates at human speed. In crypto, coordinated social proof campaigns operate at algorithmic speed. Telegram groups with tens of thousands of members are purchased wholesale on darknet markets. Twitter accounts with established follower counts are bought and repurposed. Reddit communities are seeded with coordinated posting campaigns. Discord servers flood simultaneously with identical enthusiasm. The target investor opens 5 different platforms. On every single one, the same token, the same excitement, the same apparent consensus. Their brain reads this as independent social confirmation. It isn't. It's one operation with 5 faces. A 2023 report by Chainalysis identified watch trading, fake buy/sell volume between controlled wallets, as present in over 70% of newly launched tokens. The volume you see isn't real demand. It's a stage set, designed to trigger your social proof heuristic and make you feel like you're joining a crowd. Tactic 3, influencer capture and paid promotion without disclosure. In 2022, the SEC charged 8 social media influencers with securities fraud for promoting tokens they secretly held, then dumping them after their audiences bought in. This is called a pump and dump. It's been illegal in traditional securities markets since the 1930s. In crypto, it operated openly for years. The influencer receives tokens at near zero cost before launch. They promote the project to their audience as a genuine opportunity. Their audience buys. Price rises. The influencer sells their pre-allocated stack at the peak. Price collapses. The audience holds bags worth fractions of what they paid. Kim Kardashian was fined $1.26 million by the SEC in 2022 for promoting Ethereum Max tokens without disclosing she was paid to do so. Floyd Mayweather. Paul Pierce. Multiple NFL players. The pattern is consistent. Celebrity equals authority. Authority triggers the same bias that makes people hand credentials to fake IT technicians. Except the financial stakes are measured in billions, not thousands. Tactic 4. The deliberate construction of investment communities as cult structures. This is the most psychologically sophisticated tactic on this list. Successful crypto projects don't just sell tokens. They sell identity, belonging, and mission. Holders become community members. Skeptics become F-users, spreaders of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Selling your position becomes paper hands, a term of social contempt. Holding through losses becomes diamond hands, a mark of loyalty and strength. Notice what this language architecture does. It reframes rational risk management as moral weakness. It reframes irrational holding as virtue. It creates an in-group with its own language, its own heroes, its own enemies. Robert Lifton's criteria for thought reform, documented in his study of cult indoctrination, maps almost perfectly onto the community structure of major crypto projects. Sacred science. Demand for purity. Confession. Milieu control. The BITE model, behavior, information, thought, emotion control, documented by cult expert Stephen Hassan, applies with uncomfortable precision. The difference between a crypto community and a cult is primarily one of financial mechanism. The psychological architecture is the same. Tactic 5. Manufactured technical complexity as authority signal. Most retail crypto investors cannot evaluate a blockchain white paper. The technical language is impenetrable without specialist knowledge. This asymmetry is exploited deliberately. A detailed, jargon-dense white paper functions as an authority signal, not as actual technical validation. Your brain reads complexity and infers legitimacy. If it sounds sophisticated, it must be serious. This is authority bias operating in a domain where you can't verify the credentials. The Squid Game token had a white paper. BitConnect, which stole an estimated $2.4 billion from investors before collapsing in 2018, had a white paper, a working platform, and professional marketing materials. OneCoin, the largest crypto fraud in history at an estimated $25 billion, had a white paper, educational courses, and a global network of promoters. OneCoin's blockchain didn't exist at all. The entire technical infrastructure was fabricated. The white paper was the costume. The complexity was the misdirection. Tactic 6. The exit is designed before the entry. This is the element most retail investors never consider. Every coordinated crypto manipulation has an exit architecture built in from launch. Vesting schedules that release founder tokens after retail investors are locked in. Liquidity pool designs that allow founders to withdraw while retail can't. Smart contract code, available publicly on the blockchain, but readable only by those with technical knowledge, that contains hidden backdoors allowing selective withdrawal. The Squid Game token had an explicit anti-sell mechanism coded into the contract. Buyers could purchase freely. Sellers could not sell without explicit whitelist approval. The whitelist was controlled entirely by the founders. The trap was in the code. Publicly visible. Unread by almost everyone who bought. A 2022 study by researchers at the Imperial College London analyzed 1.1 million tokens launched on decentralized exchanges. They found that approximately 24% showed characteristics consistent with pump and dump schemes. 1 in 4 newly launched tokens. Not edge cases. Standard operating procedure. Zoom out further and the individual tactics connect into a broader system. Data brokers sell lists of people who have previously invested in high-risk assets. These lists are purchased by crypto project marketing teams. Targeted advertising on social platforms serves crypto promotions to people already profiled as financially aspirational, risk-tolerant, or currently under financial stress. The platforms profit from the advertising revenue regardless of outcome. The data brokers profit from the list sale regardless of outcome. The influencers profit from the promotion regardless of outcome. The founders profit from the dump regardless of outcome. The retail investor is the only participant in this system whose profit depends on the asset actually having value. Everyone else has already extracted their payment from you before you even click the ad. A recurring question in every post-mortem of crypto fraud cases is, why did intelligent, educated people fall for this? The answer is consistent across the research. Intelligence protects against some forms of manipulation. It doesn't protect against emotional triggers operating below conscious awareness. It doesn't protect against social proof manufactured at scale. It doesn't protect against identity investment, and in some cases makes it worse, because intelligent people are better at constructing post-hoc rationalizations for decisions their emotional brain already made. The MIT graduate who lost $400,000 in BitConnect wasn't less intelligent than average. He was more capable of explaining to himself why his emotional decision was rational. Sophistication in one domain does not transfer to resistance in another. especially when the manipulation is specifically designed to exploit the emotional shortcuts that exist in every human brain regardless of IQ. Concrete protection against crypto manipulation isn't about avoiding the space entirely. It's about operating with specific awareness. Verify social proof independently. Assume any community showing unanimous enthusiasm has coordinated it. Check token vesting schedules and smart contract code before buying. Tools like Token Sniffer and DEX tools flag common manipulation patterns automatically. Treat influencer promotion as a red flag, not a green light. Ask who paid them and when they received their allocation. Apply the cult checklist. If the community punishes skepticism, that's not passion, that's control. Never invest money whose loss would materially affect your life, not because crypto can't generate returns, but because financial stress amplifies every cognitive bias on this list. And if you feel urgent, if you feel like you'll miss the opportunity of a lifetime if you don't act in the next 24 hours, that feeling itself is the product. That feeling was manufactured for you. Specifically, pause. Name it. Walk away for 48 hours. The opportunity of a lifetime will still be there in 48 hours if it's real. If it isn't, you just saved yourself everything. The crypto market isn't uniquely evil. It's uniquely unregulated. And in an unregulated environment, the most sophisticated psychological manipulation tools ever developed, tools refined across advertising, political campaigns, cult recruitment, and social engineering, operate without restriction. Against a population told they're participating in a financial revolution. Against people who genuinely need the money they're risking. Against human cognitive architecture that hasn't changed in 200,000 years. The technology is new. The tricks are ancient. And the exit was built before you arrived. Psycho Veil. The manual they never wanted you to have. Subscribe. Share this with someone still holding bags. Next episode, we go inside abusive relationships. The same architecture. The same manipulation. Just without the white paper. You've been warned.